Post-match interview here at the Eyrie following today's 3-0 home defeat by Biggleswade Town. Dave, as a Biggleswade man, probably not one of your finest hours as Biggleswade FC manager. I'm sure there'd have been a lot of talk in the build-up to the game about set pieces, and we give one away in the first sort of 20 seconds of the game, and it kind of set the tone. They get the early goal, and by 10 minutes the game's effectively over.
It's the biggest game of the season as far as I'm concerned, which I told them in the changing room. Biggleswade didn't offer anything different than what we expected, as I'm sure we didn't, by the way, but we spoke about what they were going to do. And within 20 seconds, instead of being on the front foot and heading the ball away, we let it come over our shoulder. They close it down, they win a corner, and we're up against it, and we don't defend it properly then from that moment, and we're 1-0 down, and we're kind of shell-shocked, and within 8 minutes it's 3, and they're all pretty similar. We didn't compete in the first half for first, seconds or thirds, and they would credit them, they did, and they won most of them. I thought their press was great, I thought everything about it was good, but we allowed it to happen. We didn't want to match them, we didn't want to work them, we didn't want to put our foot in when it needed, we didn't want to put our head in when it was needed, and it made it all too comfortable for them. So listen, there was nothing wrong with in terms of it wasn't an unjust score half time, it was a just score. We got what we deserved. With second half we were decent, but the problem is we'd already thrown the game away by that point, so you're looking for something to happen quickly to give yourself a chance. And I felt if we'd have got a goal back quickly, they looked a side that would possibly panic quite a bit because they've conceded a few goals recently. I mean, look, it looks a stone. We'll see a VAR. It looks a stonewall penalty at the end of the first half, and at 3-1, do we get back into it? All of a sudden, we're walking at half time, just got one back, and we're on. All of a sudden, we have that a little bit of confidence, and they get a kick, but I don't know why he's not giving it. As I say, it might be that someone's got a camera angle on it and shows that they got the ball, but Charlie's touched it first, Mikey cleans him out, and the referee blanks it. And I give up sometimes with some of the decisions that get given and don't get given. He's got a great view, he's watching it. You tell me, I ain't got a clue.
Skip, I'd say, we were talking before we came on about home form and away form, and our home form is, I think only the teams in the bottom 5 have got a worse home record than us this season, but away from home, obviously Town won today, so they've got the better away record now. But what is it about this season with regards to playing here? Because the 3G pitch really suits us, the way we like to get the ball down and play, but it's just doesn't seem to be happening for us at home at the moment, whereas away from home we're one of the best teams in the division.
I can't answer that question. I don't know. It's a stat that we mentioned earlier on before the game started, I think. And couldn't tell you. Well, I mean, the surface is perfect for us, but couldn't tell you. I mean, we've gone on some grass pitches, not the best, and we've gone and got results. I don't want to name them because you don't want to name the same pitches, but there's a few pitches that you're glad to tick off to say you've been there and done them, and we've got one. We've come away with 3 points, but couldn't tell you, to be honest. And one of those is just really around what Dave said. I think personally that performance has been in the making. We started poor the last 3 or 4 games last month, really, and it's been at some point you're going to come up against a side that punishes you, and you're 3-0 down after 8 minutes. And the last time I think we was like that, Stopfold a couple of years ago, I think we were 5 down after 15 minutes on that one there. So it's a shame. But answer your original question, couldn't tell you. The away form, quite happy with the away form. It's quite nice. It wasn't that long ago, about 3 years ago, you couldn't win a game away from home, and we were relying on home form just to keep us out of trouble. So roles are completely reversed. So if I knew the answer, Lee, we'd be winning games at home. I think that's 3 wins in 12.
Yeah, obviously we've had a few draws in there, but You've just alluded to the fact that we've been slow out the blocks. Again, mainly at home. Is there anything that you feel that maybe we can do differently? Do we need to go back to basics of just clearing the ball? Like as I say, we went through a spell where we first got promoted to the Southern League, so going back a number of years now, but we found it quite tough going in the opening to games where we were finding our feet at the new level, and now we're well versed at playing at this level. But is it just a case of we just need to go back to basics and keep it super tight in the first 20 minutes rather than trying to impose our play on the opposition, which is what we're used to?
Again, that was the team talk today. Was cut the mistakes out. Make sure you're in the game after 20 minutes. It's a local derby. Dave's biggest game of the season. It's Biggleswade versus Biggleswade. I mean, again, I don't think we could have done any more. I'm not going to sit there and name and shame people on camera so people can listen to it, but the defending weren't good enough. It's just shocking, and it's from the very first. They took the kick off. They've gone back to the left back. They've launched it forward, and we're defending a corner inside 20 seconds, and it's just frustrating. And you always felt, me personally, they've conceded 9 goals in the last 2 games. So the worst thing you do is concede a goal early doors and give them something, not to say to hang on to, because that's been a bit detrimental to them, but you've given them the impetus, you've given them something to build on, you've given them a great start to the game. It's just, I think it was 1 minute 8 seconds. A couple of weeks ago, I think we conceded after 14 seconds. I think a couple of weeks before that, it was about 2 minutes and 3 seconds. It's just not, being brutally honest, not good enough. So the starts are a concern. If you'd have asked me after 9 minutes, I'd have shook their hands and gone home for 3-0, because you're thinking that this could get ugly. So, and I get frustrated, everyone patting us on the back that we've done well to get back into the game, and the lad showed character, and the lad showed this, and the lad showed that. And not for me. Let ourselves down after 9 minutes. It's just so frustrating, and it hurts really, because again, they're good at what they do, but we knew that they did nothing they didn't take us by surprise. They didn't have something that you thought, Christ, that's didn't realise that. It was just very gutting really, but there's a lot worse things that happen in life, so you just dust yourselves down and you go again. And we're sitting just outside the playoffs, and a couple of wins on the bounce. Everyone has to play everyone twice. There's a league situation, everyone knows that. So you just need to put together a little run and get ourselves back in there amongst ourselves.
Excellent stuff. We just finished on a positive, Dave. Obviously, disappointing result today, but if you had been offered 41 points this stage of the season and lost 4 games, we have had some seasons at this level where we're getting to this stage of the season and we've had injuries and we've not had the best start to a season. And I guess for a club like ours, the target is always to get to 40 points as quickly as possible. We're on 41, so even at Christmas, so that's obviously a good return for us. And with the results how they went today, some won, some didn't. So not a huge amount of ground lost. So there's still plenty of positives to look to as we move into the second half of the season.
Yeah, look, let's say we've never had this many points. We normally finish the season well. Let's hope we don't reverse that, because you've just said we're normally strong at home and weak away. Well, we reverse that, so we don't want to reverse this. But we normally finish season strong. Look, we could do with a run of some of the injuries we're getting at the moment not helping. It's not. There's 3 or holidays. Ethan's gone to some time, God knows, in Australia. We lost 2 guys of injury, or 3 if you count Rafa, which is a massive one to us. And again, let's say, like I mentioned last week, and I say again, we can't go out and chasing players in that. So when we get hit with things like that, it kills us. We were lucky enough to get Tom Coles help us out last week, who's been retired 2 years. What a difference he made, and could we have done with him today? Massively so. Our box for those 3 goals, he probably on the end of 2 of them. and his experience last week was just, he stood out like a, you know, so much that we miss in our side is that level of experience that solves issues and everything else. So, you know, it's just one of those things. For us to be where we are at this stage, to have picked up that many points in amongst some big names, there's some big sides around us. They've all got their own grounds. They've all got good budgets, and they're all rightfully where they should be. By the way, that's, you know, I don't begrudge any of them. The sides that are around in and around the top, good sides, good established sides, you know, and I think the pat on the back to us is that we're able to mix it with them, because we shouldn't be able to really. We shouldn't be able to. You know, we come here. You know, Bedford are brilliant with us. We've got a home. You know, they let where we play, but obviously there's a cost to that all the time. So we're working with pennies in a league where you're up against, you're always up against it. You know, if we was in any of them size positions, I think we'd give it a right go, because we'd be able to go there and approach one or two guys. But you know, to be where we are is brilliant. 41 points. You know, if you'd have said to me at the beginning of the season we're that, I'd never said yes to it. I don't think we would have been. And if you can go the next half of the season and get to 82, wouldn't that be good? You know, so we just need to get a run, finish the season well, stop giving away cheap goals at one end, and stop passing up opportunities for some cheap goals the other end. And that's the $50,000 question, isn't it? How do we solve it? How do we stop the stupidity at the start? And we need to take some of these chances. There was a great chance with George. We didn't get the penalty. We could have still been turned that around, because we still played some good stuff in the second half. But you can't keep chucking away those things. So if we get another 41 points, we would have had probably our best season ever. Forgetting when we come second on and everything else, but to accumulate that many points would be brilliant. So we have to set ourselves the targets and keep going for them again.
Excellent stuff. Well, commiserations on the derby defeat today. See, that's our last game in 2025, so happy New Year to you both, gents. And we are back in action against Ware next Saturday, which is another side who are in and around the playoff picture at the moment. So it'll be another difficult game for us. I think it's another place that we haven't won yet, so it'd be good to get that one ticked off. So so we're on our travels at Ware on Saturday, and then the following Tuesday, weather permitting, we're at AFC Dunstable. So we look forward to seeing you then.
Okay. Thanks, guys.